Extra Cash video number 2. It's all part of a beginner's guide to making money online without spending any money. If you haven't yet watched video 1, you'll want to check that out on the Facebook fan page, Gary Farnam's Earning Extra Cash Online. And this is what that video looks like, finding a topic or market for your blog. Otherwise, we're going to go through and show you how to set up your free website now that you've already found a topic or a group of people that you want to help and to make money online with. So what we're going to do is start off by going to blogger.com. And blogger.com is owned by Google, and it's a free website or blog platform that you can use. So if you already have a Google account or a Gmail account, you can log in right here. Otherwise, you can click on the sign up button, and you'll just fill in information like you normally would for any email account like Yahoo or Hotmail, that sort of thing. And just fill out the basic information and submit that, and then you'll have a Google account. So I'm going to go right back to Blogger, and I made this account just for the purposes of this video. And let's see if I get this right here. Okay, once you get your account and you log in, you're going to see something like this for your Google Plus profile and all that sort of thing. And that's not something you have to worry about right now. I would just go straight to a limited blogger profile. Just click on that button, and you want to use your display name. Now, your display name should be something, you can use your own name if you want to, or just your first name if you don't want to put your last name out there, because remember, this is going to be online to be seen by the whole world. Or you could make your display name something that fits into the market or the group of people you're wanting to help. So in my previous video, I was showing that we were looking at pumpkin cupcake recipes, and so I could do something like pumpkin guy or anything like that. So I'm just going to use that for now, and I'm going to continue on to Blogger. And since we don't have any blogs yet, we're going to create a new blog. So if you look over here on the left hand side, there's a button that says new blog. Going to click that, and then this is a really important step right here. For the title of your blog, you want it to be your exact phrase that you found through video 1. And so for mine, it was pumpkin cupcakes. So let's take a look here. Pumpkin cupcakes with cake mix. Let's take a look here and see. And you might think, well, that seems like a really strange name for a blog or website. And so you can personalize it a little bit more, but it's important that you use your exact phrase within the title, because that's going to help you get to page 1 of Google, help you get more people to your website, and help you make money by doing that. So you could put your name in front of it if you want to. I could say Gary's Pumpkin Cupcakes with Cake Mix Recipes. You can put words around your key phrase. Just make sure that you don't change your core phrase itself. You could put something before, something after, or either or, but just make sure you don't mess with the core phrase that you found from video 1. And so then it asks what you want your website address to be. Now, since this is a free platform, whatever your website address is, it's going to be .blogspot.com at the end of it, since you're using the Blogger platform. And again, this is another place that you want to use that core phrase. And so a lot of times it just makes sense to make it match what you made the title. And it really doesn't matter as long as you keep that same core phrase. So I want to make sure that I at least have pumpkin cupcakes with cake mix. Okay, and it tells me that that is available. But I think I'm going to go ahead and leave it the same as my title. So I'm going to put Gary's without the apostrophe, and I'm going to put recipes at the end of that. Oh, and that's not available. So we'll just say, how about just recipe? Okay, we'll just leave it as recipe, and we can still put more than one recipe on it. Again, this is just for demo purposes, so you can choose whatever you like as long as you keep your core phrase within the address as well as the title. And for starting off, a lot of people like to prep their blog and that sort of thing, and it really doesn't matter which one you choose, but I highly, highly recommend you choose something with a white background. You can tell that these have a white background. And the reason for that is it helps your ads show up better once we get to the ad section right on that video. So I'm just going to choose the simple one for now, and you can change this again later if you want to. Then I'm just going to click the Create Blog button down here, and we'll just wait for that to update. Okay, so here we go. We've just created a blog. That was pretty simple. And now we're going to go over here and we're going to create a new post. And so you simply just click on the Create New Post button. Now, a lot of people are tempted at this step to, make a post that says, hi, I'm so-and-so, and why I started this website, and that sort of thing. And really for that, that's something better to be put on the side of your website, and I can show you how to do that later. But for right now, we really just want to get into the heart of the content of what you're going to be sharing with people around the topic, around the phrase that you chose before. So for every post title, or at least as much as possible, again, we want to have that core phrase within our post title. Kind of think of this like you're writing an article. And so this is basically just the title of an article. Okay, so I'm going to definitely have pumpkin cupcake recipes, or sorry, pumpkin cupcake with cake mix recipe. And again, as long as I have that core phrase, I can put words around it all that I want to. So I could say a fun pumpkin cupcake cake mix recipe for kids. Okay, and then down here, this works a lot like Microsoft Word. Just make sure that you are clicked on the Compose button to keep everything nice and simple for yourself. If you know any HTML coding, you can click on that button and do some things with that, but I highly recommend if you don't know anything about HTML, just make sure you're clicked on the Compose button here. And you can just start off writing, this is a recipe, that I make with my kids, and they really enjoy it. And I also want to add that somewhere within the first 3 sentences, you want to use your core phrase that you found. And so I could change this up and say this is a pumpkin cupcake with cake mix recipe that I make with my kids and they really enjoy it. Okay, so now I've got my core phrase right here in the first sentence of my article or my blog post, and that's going to be very important for, again, helping you get to page 1 of Google. The things like that I'm showing you where you're using that core phrase is really it's called SEO, search engine optimization. And what that does is when someone does a search on Google for something, this helps you rank higher so that you get more traffic to your website. Okay, but leaving all the technical stuff aside, we can simply just go in here and we can just keep typing, first you start with, and just whatever you want to put in here. It's all the content that you want to put. Now, if you want to put a picture, you can just click on the little Insert Image button right here. This is just a normal toolbar. You've probably seen it on other platforms like Microsoft Word and things like that. But you can just click on a picture. You can upload one from your computer if you have one. You can do it from your computer. You can, if you have a Picasso web album, you can do it from your phone, your webcam, or another link address, anything like that. So you can insert a picture in there. And I do highly recommend that if it's something that you're doing and you're showing step by step, that you do take some pictures and put those on your website, because those will add a little more personality to your website, and it won't just look like plain text. I know if I go to a website and it's just plain text and there's not any pictures anywhere, it almost becomes just too informational and not as helpful. Even though the information might be good, it just doesn't seem as helpful, or it doesn't appeal to your readers that are coming to your site. If you want to put a link on there, again, you can just click on the link button right here and put in a link that you want to use if you're going to point them to another site. I will caution you on using link too much. You don't want to point people out to too many other sites. Otherwise, they're finding you on Google, they're coming to your site, and they're clicking a link and they're leaving. Okay, so you want to make sure that you use those sparingly, but if you need to for something, then feel free to do so. We just got some other buttons, how to make things bold. If I want to bold my phrase here, let's say, again, a lot like Microsoft Word. And I'll let you kind of just go through and just kind of play with those and make yourself familiar with them. And so really, once you do this, you put your information in here, blah, 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 whatever you want to put on here. Make it helpful, make it informative, but don't feel like you have to tell everything in one post. Then once you're done, you can either save it and come back to it later, or you can go ahead and publish it. And then when you publish it, it's going to go out and it's going to be online right then. It's going to be live for the whole world to see. Right now, only you can see it. And if you save it, only you can see it. But if you publish it, then that means it's out there for the whole world to see on the internet. So you can either publish it right now, or another neat little thing that's on here for Blogger is this thing called Schedule. And if you click on that, you can actually set a date and time that you want your post to appear, that you want it to publish. So you could be gone from the house and this thing will post for you, or you could be on vacation somewhere and this will post for you. Now what you're going to want to do, and I know this sounds like work, and it is, but it can be fun, so keep that in mind. As long as it's a topic that you enjoy, then it really shouldn't be that big of a deal. But I do lose some people right here, so I'll let you know. But the first thing you want to do is you want to put together 5 posts or 5 articles like this, again using your phrase in the title, using it in the body of your article right here, and then this platform will automatically put it in your link. Remember in video 1 we talked about how important it was to have it in all 3 locations: the title, the body, and the link. This will automatically put it in the link for you. You just have to worry about putting it in the title and in the body. But what you can do is come down here and you can change it to a different date and have it publish on that date instead. And what I recommend is, if you just go ahead and sit down and take the time while everything's fresh in your mind, is put together your first blog post, go ahead and publish it, and then go ahead and do your second, third, fourth, and fifth blog posts, and go ahead and schedule those out. And I would recommend doing at least 2 per week, so that they publish that way. So you would publish this one live, and then say you set another one for maybe on the 15th, and then maybe another one on the 17th, and then another one maybe on the 20th. You want to have them spaced out no more really than every 3 days, especially when you're first getting started. And really, to tell you the truth, when you're first starting out, the quicker you get it out there, the better. But you don't want to publish everything in the same day. I would give it at least a day in between. And if you don't want to use the schedule system here, what you can do is you can just come in each day for 5 days and make a blog post and then post them then, whichever works best for you. But once you publish it, I'm going to go ahead and set this to automatic so it'll publish right now. Okay, and so I can go ahead and just click on my link right here, and this will show me my post by itself. Oh, I'm sorry, that takes me to, I want to view my blog. And this is what it looks like right now. Right now it does look kind of plain. I didn't put any pictures on mine. That's something you're going to want to make sure you do. But this is basically it. That's all there is to it for setting up your blog to get started to begin with. And so go ahead and get that going, and go ahead and get 5 articles at least together, and you can save them within the platform. The way to go back is you can go in and you can do a new post, or you can go into design. Either way, I'll just click on design here. And this basically takes you back to your dashboard, and you've got different things here like your posts, any comments that you get, any earnings. We're going to talk about that in another video. The layout of your blog, and just other settings that you can look at. And so if I'm going to do a new post, I can just click on the new post button right here. And again, make sure that I use my core phrase within the title and within the first 3 sentences of the body. And that's going to seem a little repetitious at first, but you can have fun with it and put different words before it and after. And trust me, this really works. This will get you ranked higher on Google than just going out here and putting whatever title that you want to and not putting that phrase in your post. I've been doing this for about 6 years now, and I've made a whole lot of mistakes. I'd like to save you from doing those. But go ahead and get your blog set up. Go ahead and get 5 posts done all together, and then comment on the Facebook fan page. Go ahead and like the page and comment on the page, and let me know what you thought of this video. If I missed anything or if I skipped over anything you'd like to see. And then other than that, on the next video, I'll show you how to, once you have your content out there, your 5 posts, how to tell the ways that people are finding you. Okay, again, this is Gary Farnam. This is my Earning Extra Cash video 2, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.